show where fish tales come alive. Join host Norman Lee, let's take a dive. By the freshwater lakes where the bass run deep, where the crappie bite and the memories we keep. We're casting lines and sharing all the tricks. Norman's on the mic with the pros top pick. We got stories from the masters, fishing legends of our time. From Major League Fishing to the bassmaster's climb. Tipping techniques and laughs along the way. So tune in tight, let's go fishing today. On the mic, where the fishing dream flows on the ride. We're casting out lines, you know. Norman Lee's got the tails and the bait. From morning fog to the evening's golden wake. We're talking bass and crappie, it's more than just a catch. It's the friendships we build, every story we sketch it. Remember that time on the river's bend when we hooked the big one on a wood of friends, sipping cold drinks, sharing secrets and lore. Fishing ain't just a hobby, it's at the heart of the shore. Trip a tale from sun-kissed dawns to nights where we sail, bringing in the biggest names in fishing fame. Through laughter and lines, it's all part of the game. On the mic, where the fishing dream flows on the ride. We're casting out lines, you know. Norman Lee's got the tails and the bait. From morning fog to the evening's golden wake. We're talking bass and crappie, it's more than just a catch. It's the friendships we build, every story we sketch. A chair, join the fishing podcast where we all gather here with Norman Lee guiding the lines we cast. In the heart of the fishing world, memories will last. Let's go fishing, no one ever apart. On the mic is where we'll find the heart.
That's right, guys. Welcome back to another episode of On the Mic, and we have a fun one tonight. But first things first, tonight's episode is presented by Picture Me 3D. Bring your memories to life with a custom-crafted, high-relief photo replica. Whether you're into fishing, baseball, basketball, football, graduation, family outings, whatever the moment, remember it forever. Go to www.pictureme3d.com. Don't forget, make sure to use my promo code Norman10 at checkout for your instant savings. Once again, that's pictureme3d.com. Don't forget, use my promo code at checkout, Norman10, for your instant savings. Wow, that's right. This is going to be a fun one. You know, every time we get a chance to sit down and talk to this cool cat, there's no telling what direction it's going to go. But, you know, one thing you could always count on, he's going to speak the truth. He's going to tell it like it is. He will always be himself, and we're always going to have a fun time. That's right, guys. I am talking about Matt, more slick than an ugly stick, Elite Series Pro. Matt Robertson's going to be joining us on the mic, and I guarantee stick around because it's going to be a fun one. So I'm going to stop talking, and we're going to jump right into the show because we got a lot to talk about with Matt. So anyway, guys, hope you enjoy the episode 17, with Bassmaster Elite Series Pro, Matt Robertson. All right, joining us on the mic tonight, well, you know what? He is the coolest dude that I probably know. Matt Robertson, what is going on, brother? How you doing today?
What's going on, Norman? Doing good, man. Got little fish man sitting here in my lap and talking to the coolest guy I know.
There you go, man. There you go. I tell you what, that's going to kind of be a good segue into the show, man. Let's talk about your your off season, man. You had some pretty cool stuff happen during the off season, man.
Oh yeah.
You and Colleen, the birth of little fish stick.
Yep.
So
Fish stick.
man, how's that going? And let's talk a little bit about the little guy, man. That is really cool. All the stuff you guys are doing, and man, just love to see it.
Yeah. No, it's going really good. He's about 4 months old now, and dude, he's awesome. He's getting where he'll talk to us, like in baby talk, kind of.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're having a lot of fun with him. He's a lot of fun, and yeah, you might be able to hear him in the background.
Yeah, I can hear him, man. He wants to get on the microphone there. That's just awesome.
Natural.
That's just awesome. He's gonna be a natural, man. I guess the one of the key questions is, has he got a rod and reel yet? Have you got one for him to put in his hands?
Not yet. I'm waiting just a little bit longer, and I'm gonna go get him a little ugly stick dock runner.
Yeah, oh man, I can't wait to see that. That's gonna be so sweet. Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. So, how much sleep have you gotten over the last 4 months?
Well, the first 2 months was absolute catastrophe. I don't even remember part of it. I feel like I was a zombie. But the last 2 months I can remember pretty good, with a few little, couple nights that were rough. Like, he's basically sleeping through the night. He'll wake up between 3 and 6 o'clock. Sometimes he'll sleep all the way through the night. Sometimes he gets up at 3, So it's going good, though.
Yeah. Now, oh man, there goes my dog trying to be a part of it too up there. Wife needs to control
we got all kinds of natural.
my wife needs to control my dog. But the first couple months, man. Now, be truthful with me here. Who had diaper duty at 2 and 3 in the morning? You or Colleen?
I'll be honest with you. We kind of tag team it.
Right.
She, whenever he wakes up, I go warm up some milk for the bottle and get that, and then he eats, and then I'll get the stuff ready for the diaper, and she'll change it out. So we kind of been tag teaming it since he's not getting up, but maybe once a night.
Yeah, well, that's awesome, man. One of the coolest ways, to do the reveal, man, at the Classic last year on stage with Mercer, man, that was an epic moment, and Mercer actually was the only one that knew prior to doing that. You and Colleen didn't even know, so it was a surprise to everybody. Of course, Mercer had to know what color to throw up, but that was one of the most epic baby reveals that I've ever seen, and I was able to witness it firsthand. That was really, really cool, dude.
Yeah. No, it was special. It's kind of dangerous with only Mercer knowing, only knowing whose it is or what it was. But we had a little more in store actually, but the people in charge of the floor didn't exactly see eye to eye with us.
Well.
But it was good. It was awesome. Mercer's awesome, and
Yeah. Hey, some of them TikTok videos that you and Colleen are doing are just, first of all, creative. Second of all, insane. Awesome. Colleen, just like yourself, is a natural charismatic, or I don't know if I'm saying that word right. Charismatic, yeah, there you go. Man, I laugh my butt off when I watch him, especially that. I think it was one of the last ones you done with Colleen dressed up as you and you dressed up as a fish.
Oh yeah.
Hilarious, dude. Who's the brain trust? Who's coming up with those? You, Colleen, or do you have people working for you just thinking of that stuff?
It's just kind of a team effort, you know. She'll come up with something, have an idea, and then I'll have an idea. I'll be honest with you, the real good stuff is still in her drafts that she's too embarrassed to post. And I'm like, come on, let's post it, and she won't do it. was like, why do we even make it if you're not going to post it?
Yeah, right. For your own personal view and pleasure, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's hilarious. But some of them, man, are just off the chains. I wish when I see some of them, I'm like, why can't I be that creative? I can't. I see somebody else doing stuff like that, like yourself, and I'm like, man, why don't I think of stuff like that? But just insane stuff, dude. Man, you're starting to take up a new. I don't know if it's a new hobby or, but what's up with this catfishing?
Yeah, dude. I had a day to burn in Kentucky and didn't have nothing to do. Didn't have a boat, and I thought, heck, I'm just gonna go catfish off the bank, And I had so much fun doing it, and I was so relaxed. It was the most fun I had fishing in a long time.
Right.
And so I just been catfishing more, dude.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, it was. I've actually had a really good time doing it.
What's the biggest catfish you've caught so far?
I haven't caught no giants this fall, probably 30 pounds. But, like, I've caught 60 to 80 pounders in the past.
Yeah.
It's just been a while since I've done it.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, are you still up in Carolina at Lake Norman, or are you back in Kentucky now?
I'm in North Carolina.
You still
right
at
now.
North Carolina?
Yeah, I've been beating up on them Lake Norman.
I was gonna say, man, you're making Lake Norman into your personal playground there, dude.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize the amount of tournaments that's there, and yeah, me and Shane LaHue's been fishing a little bit together.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of Shane, and you've been fishing quite a few events up there, and pretty much winning the majority of them.
Yeah, we're on a pretty good little run. I ain't gonna lie to you. We just need to keep her going into this season.
Yeah, that's right, man. What Shane? Have you fished with Shane before that, or what's LaHue like to fish with?
Dude, so LaHue, a lot of people, he's not real talkative, but Shane is like, he's actually pretty funny, and he actually got way bigger personality than
right.
a lot of people would think, after you watch him throughout the years. But me and Shane have a lot of fun. I feel like I've kind of pulled him out of his shell, and got him talking trash and everything, and we have a blast together. We actually fish really good together.
That's good, man. Back in August, you actually fished a tournament with Posnick, Jacob, and you frickin' had some donkey smallmouth, man.
Oh yeah.
I wish I could have been a little ant or something like that on the boat to be able to take in the conversation between you and Prosnick. I'm sure there wasn't.
Me and Pros have a good time now.
I was gonna say, I'm sure there wasn't a dry moment for the entire trip.
Oh no. I was doing some culling, and he got up there, and he made a cast out there, and with my rod, if anything, and he set the hook on a big one. It's like a 5-pounder. He's like, "See, Matty, I can catch him on that minnow too."
Yeah, Jacob's a good dude, and he's pretty darn funny in his own right as well. So I'm sure there wasn't. I'm sure the cut up between you guys was nonstop.
Oh yeah, me and Prosnick had such a good time.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna fish that tournament this next year.
Really? And what lake was that on?
That was on Lake Ontario.
Lake Ontario, okay.
Yeah.
Up in the Johnson brothers' home.
Oh yeah, they won another $50,000. I don't know how much they won this year out there, but it's astronomical.
Yeah, I had Chris on 4 or 5 episodes ago, and it was great catching up with him, man. What a season he's had over the past 2 years, dude.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, and the way he's done it. I mean, 2 years ago, he pretty much, done it by having great finishes, and then that just goes to show, Angler of the Year, dude. You don't. All you have to be is consistent throughout the year. And last year, he didn't have. I think his highest finish was a 28th. Didn't have a top 10. I think he told me it was the first year on the elite set he failed to make at least one top 10.
Yep. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and by just the consistency over 9 tournaments, dude was just off the chain.
Yeah, it is, dude.
Yeah. The Classic, once again, it's going back to Knoxville. Now, you know, you're coming off a couple down years.
Yep.
You know, especially to your standards, really to your standards, down years. I'm not sure how many you've made. You made every Classic the start of your career up to the last 2. But I want to talk about the Classic 2 years ago.
Yep.
You know, looking back at the stats after that tournament was over with, man, you were catching some giants. You were on big fish. You just weren't on the numbers. And if you look back at that tournament, is there anything you would have done different? Because your stat sheet right now, after, you know, you came in 19th place, so you made the day 3 cut. You done that, dude. You done it with 7 fish, basically 7 fish with 2 days. And if you put that into perspective, 7 fish in 2 days, you were 15 pounds off of what Gussie's winning weight was with 7 fish.
Yep.
You know, what could it have been if you were able to at least catch 2 or 3 more, even small, 2.5 pounders a day?
Yep.
You would have been right there with Gussie, man. Looking back at that, is there anything you would have done differently? Because you were on giants, but you just weren't on a lot. You know, it was one here, pick off one here, pick off one there. Is there anything you would have done differently looking back at it 2 years removed?
Yeah, I would have probably fished a little bit more new water, but I actually thought I would get more bites because I got more bites in practice. I caught a couple big ones and I took the hook out. And I just, you know, I really thought I'd get those bites, Norman.
Yeah.
I knew with what I was doing, I didn't need to catch a limit each day.
Yeah.
If I'd have caught 4 more fish, I would have won. If you based it on my average.
Yeah, if you caught 4 more fish,
I'd have won it with 4 more keepers.
No doubt. I mean, just the size reference to everybody else was just your size, your average on each fish was, I don't know the exact number, but 1.5 pounds more than the next guy down the line for the quantity that you caught compared to everybody else. They're just unreal.
Yep.
Yeah. What do you think going in? Of course, you didn't qualify, but what do you think going into this year's Classic? Do you think it's going to fish similar as it did 2 years ago, or now our winner from 2 years ago didn't make it as well? Gussie is not in the Classic again this year, so what do you think going into this year? Do you think it's going to be very similar to the way it's fished, or
there's only so many ways that can go down on that place, you know. I think you have the most elite scopers you've had in the Classic
right
now, so I think that someone may tap into an area or a spot that hasn't been looked at, like on Teleco or something.
Right.
But yeah, I think it's going to go down. You're going to have guys do good, shallow cranking, this and that and this, but I think it's going to go down on the minnow.
Right. All right. I'll definitely see you there in Knoxville. Probably not where you want to be seen. I'll be catching up with you at the expo. Are you going to be there this year at the booth? I'm assuming.
Yeah, I'll have a booth up there.
You'll have a booth up there again. That's awesome, man. Let's talk a little bit about next season, the schedule, the whole 9 yards. What was the first thing that caught your eye when the new schedule was released for next year?
Honestly, it wasn't really the schedule. It was where half of them we're not scoping.
Oh, right.
You know, I mean, I'm excited about some river fishing, you know, but honestly, I wish they would have kind of cherry picked them instead of drawing it out of a hat for the scoping.
Yeah.
Like, because I would have loved to have went to Gunnersville. Like, I know them kids that catch them scoping, but I would have liked to have scoped on Gunnersville.
Yeah.
So, I know that's gonna change things a lot there.
Yeah. That was pretty crazy when I seen how they're actually picking the scoping lakes and the non-scoping lakes with a kind of basically a flip of the coin.
Yeah.
Oh man. But do you think the way the new rules are that it's going to make a big difference in across the entire field as far as are we going to see maybe some new faces on top of the leaderboards this year than we've seen, or you think it's going to kind of average out the entire playing field, or you think it's not going to be any difference?
I think there's going to be a difference. There's going to be scopers who struggle with fishing without the scope.
Yeah.
But I also think there's veterans who have adapted to scoping.
Yeah.
Who are going to really struggle going back to fishing without the scope.
Yeah.
You know? But I do believe there's another set of guys who are going to be at ease that they can go out there and fish how they want to fish, you know?
Yeah.
And do better.
Yeah, and really in today's world with scoping and live scoping, and you'll hear this from a lot of the older, the veterans as well, that you really have to adapt because, especially even the scoping lakes now going into next year or in years past where everything was scoping. And the veterans are the first to tell you they had to adapt to the scoping because if they don't, they're not going to hang around. With a lot of these younger anglers coming up and don't get me wrong, the younger anglers they're there for a reason. They could catch them with scope, without scope, it doesn't matter. But their knowledge, because that's the era they were born into. Myself, I'm 55, dude. The old saying when you were younger, when the younger kids probably don't even know what a VCR is, but have your 5-year-old program your VCR for you. That's the era these kids grew up in, and we just we have a harder time learning it and understanding it. But if you didn't adapt to it, I mean, you're not going to be able to compete with today's generation.
Yeah. I'm with you.
Yeah. Is there any changes that you're going to have to make next year going into next season to your fishing style or what you do on the water? The last couple of years, you kind of started off with a big bump in the road at the first couple events. And 2 years ago, you had a really, really good last half of the season. But, the struggles you had in the first few events, it just couldn't overcome it. And last year, you had a couple good events at the end. But, again, you started off the season really, really slow. What changes do you think you might need to make starting off the year to kind of have some good events so you don't have to worry about really having some, a win down later on through the end of the year to really make your season pay off?
So there's a couple things, and I've paid attention to this over the years. First, I'm not really one of those guys who, like, there's certain guys like Shane LaHue, Jacob Prosnick, man. Them guys are good at just cashing checks.
Yeah.
Like, they cash a check the majority of the time. But I'm kind of the opposite. I'm one of them guys who I'm either making a top 10, maybe a top 20, or I'm coming in 70th or 80th place, which is not good. But it's it's like I've looked back for 15 years. That's just how I fish.
Yeah.
But so to curb the slow starting on doing well starting the season out, dude, I'm not stopping. Like, usually I take me a pretty good break and whatnot, do some hunting, but I'm not stopping fishing at all.
Yeah.
Like, I've been going 4, 5, 6 days a week every chance I get, and so So it's not really like. So it's almost like my season never stopped. You know.
Yeah.
Like it'll just flow into the league tournaments.
Yeah. Now it's funny you say, just trying to, cash checks versus trying to make the top 10 in every event. Because I was talking to John Cox. Talked to him several times. Actually had him on the podcast a couple times. And, what you just said, that's basically what he told me. Of course, I think last year or the year before last, he fished everything out there. He would, he'd leave the elite event and go to the MPFL event. And then he'd leave that and he'd go to another big event. So he didn't stop. And basically, he told me all he does in any event, whether it's an Elite Series event, is all he's looking to do is cash checks. Because he said if you could go into it just trying to cash a check, you're gonna be right there at the end of the year. But if you go in, with the mindset, I'm just going balls to the walls and gonna have a chance to try to win every tournament. He said it's just not gonna happen that way. So it's kind of funny you said that because John Cox told me the same thing, and over the years he's been the epitome of consistency as far as being in the check range every event. So yeah. So your redneck back deck.
Oh yeah.
The pontoon boat. And just a side note, I'm still waiting for my invitation for the first barbecue on that sucker. But man,
we'll get her done out there.
Talk to me about that pontoon. Where did that idea come from, man? That's the coolest deal ever.
I've been needing a back deck, and one of my sponsors, he's actually one of my really good friends, but the wood shop, Willie, he owns it. We was talking, and he's like, man, I got this pontoon, I got to do something with it. I said, hell, so we ought to make that thing into my back deck. And we started laughing. He's like, I mean, we really could. Like, I could do this and that to it, and we can take the seats out. We can, put a bar in it and this and that. I was like, I said, dude, I'm for real. I said, if you think we can do it, I said, let's do it. Yeah. And, so we done it up, and he did a hell of a job.
Yeah, I mean, that's insane, man. That is a fisherman's dream back deck. Forget redneck for that matter. If you're a fisherman, whether you're a redneck or not, that's a dream back deck, dude. Have you got the hot tub put in yet? I know you were talking about putting a hot tub off of it.
I'm not. I actually was looking at a hot tub the other day, looking to put one back in there. So
now, is Colleen and Fish going to go on the road with you when you leave?
They're going to go to some of them. They're not going to go to all of them. I'll be out we've learned that the traveling with the baby takes far longer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, so they're going to come to some of them, but not all of them.
Yeah. Now, you were talking about Airbnb and the trailer out. Are you still going to be doing that, or?
Do what?
Now you're talking about renting your trailer out during the season and Airbnb in it.
It'll all be on Airbnb.
Airbnb. There you go. Airbnb is what I meant. Yeah. So you are going to Airbnb your place out during the season.
Yeah. Yep. We're going to rent it out while we're gone and whatnot.
There you go.
So.
There you go.
So I'll have a get together sometime this year. You can come out with some other people, Norman.
That'll be awesome, man. So everybody that's watching right now, there you go. If you want a Airbnb at Matt's place while he is on tour, just we'll get some information to you as far as how you could reach out to Matt, and that actually would be really awesome for people to be able to stay there, the same place Matt Robertson hangs his hat and lays his head as well. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool for someone to be able to Airbnb it.
Oh yeah.
All right, rolling on, man. Picture me 3D.
Yep.
We got to talk about Picture Me 3D. Of course, Picture Me 3D is actually going to be the sponsor for tonight's episode.
Yeah.
You are owner. You are owners along with a partner, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So where did Picture Me 3D come from? How did it get started? And let's talk about it a little bit. We have to go in detail about Picture Me 3D.
So my partner, Anthony, he lives up in Maine, and man, they needed someone to help them get it off the ground and do the marketing, and dude, like, we talked about it, and got her, I helped him get it off the ground, and so. Yeah, we're partners, and dude, he does an awesome job. He runs the manufacturing side, and I run the marketing side, and it's going really well. You've done pretty good. You sold quite a few, Norman. I know you like them.
Yeah.
And dude, yeah, we're expanding it from just fish. We're gonna do just about anything: sports, baseball, basketball, senior pictures, family pictures,
exactly.
your pet, cars, anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it's honestly it's a really incredible product. I'm proud of it, and if it's something that you just don't look at a picture, you experience the moment,
Yeah, it's one of the things, man. They are the coolest thing ever, and for all of our viewers, right over my left shoulder, you can see the one hanging on the wall right behind me. But man, and I tell everybody, or anytime I do a video on Picture Me 3D, it's basically, remember the moment. Because, you can get a reproduction of a fish mounted, hang it on the wall. But 10 years down the line, 5 years down the road, are you really going to remember the little bit intricate details of that fish catch? But when you could actually have a 3D reproduction of your fish, basically relive the entire moment with it into a picture. It's something you're going to remember the entire moment 20 years from then. So, and again, man, I can't stress to people, how cool they are when you first get them and look at them. How the detail, the attention to detail is just unbelievable. So.
Yeah, it really is, man. And I'm honestly, like, talking about it, seeing them doesn't do justice as to seeing them in person.
Exactly, man. But anyway, if anybody's interested in checking Picture Me 3D out, man, make sure you go to their website, pictureme3d.com. And just unbelievable. And like you said, Matt, you're actually going now into a little bit of everything. Of course, when you guys first started, it was basically fishing outdoor pictures. But now you're doing, whether you're into football, baseball, basketball, soccer, family photos, graduation, no matter what moment you want to, you want to get a reproduction of, man. Just check them out. At pictureme3d.com. But Matt, your social media platforms, if anybody wants to follow you, where could they look you up and follow you on social media?
On them fishing, on Instagram, and Matt Robertson on them on Facebook, and on them fishing on TikTok.
There you go. And real quick before we kind of wrap this thing up, man, we have to talk about the TikTok video that went viral with you and Fighter last year, showing off your tattoo's real. I think his was a make believe tattoo on his arm. But that was insane, and I love seeing Fighter talk about that TikTok video with Mercer the next day on stage. He didn't even know it went viral. He was like, when I went to bed, it only had 1,000 or two hits. Mercer said, no, right now it's like in the millions.
Oh yeah, he was like, how much would we make if I could make money on this? I said, quite a bit, buddy. I said, you should have let me post it.
That's awesome, man. You guys basically are rooming together once again this year, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't know who else I'd room with.
Man, Fighters, what a great dude, and I'm ready to. I know he's going to be in the Classic once again this year, so I'm ready to get a good interview with him come media day, man. It's always a fun time talking to him as well. But Matt, it's been a pleasure, man. It's always a pleasure when we get a chance to hang out and talk to you, brother. There's never a dull moment, and it's always a fun time.
Always, Norman. I always enjoy talking to you, buddy.
Yes, sir. Matt, be good, and tell Colleen I said hi, and man, I can't wait to be able to shake the little guy's hand when I'm able to see him as well, man. But you guys have a blessed day, dude, and look forward to seeing you next year in Knoxville, dude.
All right, buddy.
All right, see you, brother. Thanks for watching this week's episode of On the Mic with our guest, Matt Robertson. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram at Norman Lee Fishing. This has been an NLF production.